We're very much looking forward to welcoming all students back this September. For many of you, it's been a long time since you've been in school, and I would imagine that a number of you are slightly nervous or perhaps apprehensive about coming back, and this is understandable. But schools are safe places, and we want to ensure that at this challenging time it remains safe, not just for you, but for your teachers. Consequently, there are going to be a number of changes in the way that the school runs from September. I will briefly go through these. All the areas I'm going to cover are detailed in the booklet that has already been circulated to your parents and carers. I've asked them to go through the booklet with you. Copies will be made available to all students either via email or through Teams at the beginning of term. Your form tutor will also reinforce the key messages and ask you to consider how the changes will affect you. I will go through the main points during the first assembly of the term. Keeping yourself safe starts at home. There are a few things you must do. Before you leave home in the morning, you must wash your hands. You must pack for school, remembering all your equipment. It will not be possible for you to borrow from others or be lent equipment from school. This includes bringing a cheap pair of headphones for music lessons. You must remember a full water bottle and a packet of tissues. Most students either use the canteen or bring a packed lunch. The food you bring or purchase is for your own consumption. You must not share food between friends. There are a few things that are optional, but we would strongly advise. Please bring a small bottle of hand sanitizer for personal use. Whilst we have hand sanitizer stations around school and hand washing facilities, it makes sense to have your own sanitizer available. The advice for the use of masks in school changed this week. Currently, they are not compulsory at Oaklands. However, you can wear them in the circulation areas, outdoors, and in the canteen. If you travel on public transport, you will have to wear a mask. Masks are for personal use. When not being used, they must be stored hygienically. To maintain year groups in distinct bubbles, once you arrive on site, you'll be directed to a particular area. So Year 11 to the sunken lawn and marquees, Year 9 to the White House picnic area and the area outside the hall, Year 7 to the area outside JP Block and the picnic area, Year 10 to the lower playground, Year 8 to the Muga area by the sports hall, and Year 12 and Year 13 to the area outside the sixth form block. It's important that you remain in these areas until the beginning of registration. A member of staff will then come down and collect you. Teaching staff will also be on duty at the beginning of the day. One of the most significant changes we've had to make is to the position of break and lunchtime. To preserve the integrity of groups, the bubbles, whilst at school, only 2 year groups will be out on break or lunch at any one time. Each year group will be directed to a different area of the site so they don't mix. They will still be able to use the canteen facilities. Breaks will be supervised, and students will either have to wash their hands or sanitize their hands when re-entering the buildings. In the event of bad weather, students will be able to use the hall or marquees in their year groups. The vast majority of students at Oaklands behave well. There are, however, a few points that need emphasising. Firstly, chewing gum. This has never been permitted in school. Sadly, it's rarely disposed of properly and quickly becomes a biohazard. All classrooms are now set out so students face the front. It's important that all students follow instructions and seating plans. There will be limited movement around the room. In effect, students stay in their seats until they're told to move. This allows for a degree of social distancing between students and between students and teachers. There are over 20 sanitizer stations around the school site. These must be used appropriately. They're there for everyone's safety. We've employed additional cleaning staff to work through the day cleaning high-use areas. With over 200 rooms in school, all staff and students are going to have to take some responsibility for ensuring hygiene standards are maintained. At certain times during the day, students will be asked to wipe down their desk and chair. They'll be given a disposable wipe for this task. In subjects where students use more equipment, for example music, science or technology, they will be expected to clean the equipment they use. Again, disposable wipes will be made available for this purpose. Many of our corridors are narrow, making it difficult for students to pass and maintain social distancing. Therefore, we will be reverting to a one-way system in certain areas of the school. In addition, before entering certain classrooms, you will be queued outside while rooms and corridors empty. Your teachers will then collect you and take you to your lesson. At the end of the day, Key Stage 3 will be dismissed before Key Stage 4. If you walk or cycle off-site, you'll be encouraged to leave as quickly as possible. Key Stage 3 students can board buses as soon as the buses arrive and wait for Key Stage 4. The gates will not open until 3:50. All the detail and more can be found in the Student and Parent Information Booklet. This is now scrolling on the screen. A copy can be downloaded from the school website by following the coronavirus latest update and guidance on the front page. You will also find information related to attendance, what to do if your child is ill, visiting the school, and how to communicate with us. All this is included in the booklet. I hope the information we have provided in this short video is useful, and we look forward to seeing all students back at school in September.